some massive news coming out of Quant Network only as of a few hours ago from Gilbert, the founder himself. I'm going to take you through what that news is. Guys, this has some massive implications, not just for Quant itself, but it might even ripple over into the rest of the market. So understandably, Quant's price is reacting to this news crazily. It's up right now like 8%. And if you have a look how much it spiked in the last literally like 3 or 4 hours, okay? So obviously people realize, hey, the network's undervalued right now. Look at what's going on behind the scenes. And ultimately, like, the writing's been on the walls for a while now, okay? I've made a few videos on this. I'll link them at the end of this that explains this situation more. But let's actually get into what's happened here. So Gilbert himself, the founder, CEO of Quant Network, has publicly announced that they have been working with the Bank of England. Again, the writing was all over the walls here. And also the BIS, or Bank of International Settlements, on what's called Project Rosalind, or a way that the public sector can connect to the private sector, aka the economy, right? All the businesses running in the public economy can connect to a private ledger run by the government, more specifically the UK government or the Bank of England here, okay? And yes, so Quant's pretty much come out and said, we were working with the BIS, or Project Rosalind in this case, on our API solution for this, I guess you could say CBDC implementation, right? So it also goes a lot bigger though. We'll talk about why in just a second, right? So he says, I'm incredibly proud to announce that Quant Network has been collaborating with the BIS, or Bank of International Settlements, and the Bank of England on Project Rosalind, a project designing and implementing a CBDC API and platform, and testing use cases for CBDCs with financial service participants, right? Now, we were chosen to provide the technology because of our history of innovation, expertise in financial services, and deep expertise in payments. So yes, they have a very good team. Gilbert's part of, I think he's actually one of the founders, or at least he's one of the primary organizers of an ISO standard that focuses on specifically interoperability. So who better than Gilbert to host a network like Quant, right? But this is where it gets kind of nutty, okay? The project has produced tangible real-world examples that tested how CBDCs could support a more digitalized economy in the future, working with participants like, get this, the Bank of Canada, Barclays, MasterCard, and Amazon, who built and tested new CBDC payment flows on the platform. What in the hell? That is massive, guys. That's pretty much Quant saying, or Gilbert saying, hey, look, you know that we're a white label service? Well, yeah, actually, we really are a white label service, right? These networks, or these companies have been using us, whether it's more intimate, as in they've been using Quant for a while, or they've just been testing on Quant. One or the other, it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, they know about Quant and they're using Quant. And again, they're connected with the Bank of Canada, Bank of England. And we're going to talk about what actually the BIS, or Bank of International Settlements, again, is connected to. Hint, hint, 63 other central banks, also including the Bank of England. Okay, this gets big, guys. This gets big. So Project Rosalind, again, I've spoken about this in extreme detail. I've made a whole video dedicated towards it. I'm going to link it again at the end of this one. But for those who don't know, again, Project Rosalind is an experiment exploring application programming interfaces, or APIs, which is what Quant Network is built upon, for retail central bank digital currencies, right? So a retail CBDC is a CBDC implemented in the economy, okay? You also have wholesale CBDCs, which are more so the big type of transfers between big banks and large financial institutions, right? The project is based on a two-tier model representing a public-private relationship or partnership, like I explained to you before. At the center of this architecture is an API layer. Keywords, at the center of this architecture, which connects public and private infrastructures, meaning if Quant is integrated, which again, it's been publicly announced, so Quant is going to absorb trillions of dollars because it's going to be absorbing all the demand from an entire economy, the UK economy, which happens to be one of the largest in the world, right? So the API could work with different central bank ledger designs to facilitate payments. So essentially what they're saying here is Quant is essentially going to be at least primarily, because the CBDC for the Bank of England might not be coming out till 2030, unless things dramatically change, will at least be used in the UK economy, but could also be used in multiple other BIS countries. Again, there's 63 of the buggers here, right? Lots of huge countries here, guys. So this goes beyond just your crypto Web3 NDA thing. This is some real stuff, guys. This is pretty much on par, or I'd probably say, if not bigger news in a way than the Hinman documents, right? Now, of course, nothing is like, Quant is definitely being used, but it's almost at that level, right? This might have a very prominent ripple effect throughout the whole entire market, definitely on the price of Quant in the short term. That is for damn sure. Now, this is the public statement coming out of Quant themselves. The project looked specifically at the public-private sector collaboration model, in which public sector would provide core infrastructure and the private sector would produce consumer-facing applications. Collaborating with many participants in the ecosystem, again, that's the Bank of Canada, Amazon, MasterCard. The project has proven that APIs could play a key role in enabling CBDC systems to deliver a range of benefits in terms of payment functionality and security. Now they go on. Now, this is something important as well. We work with our partners UST, a leading digital transformation company, on the project, with the Quant team providing an underlying infrastructure and blockchain platform. So they're partnering with a company called UST, not to be construed with, the crypto stablecoin, which I never really understood the gravity of, right? So the UST is pretty much a digital transformation company. They take companies in Web 2 and establish them in Web 3, make that transition nice and seamless and show them how it works and pretty much create them the platform they need to, right? So obviously, right, a partnership with Quant and UST is going to be bigger than what we think because, well, a lot of smaller companies, legacy-based systems as well, are going to have a hard time trying to use an API service, and that's where they can get UST, right? UST can come into these businesses and say, hey, you're integrating this API system, right? Quant Network. Well, hey, we're going to help you get up to standards. So it's huge. Again, also for the company UST. So guys, this is some massive news. And if you're a Quant holder, look, not financial advice, but it might not hurt. We don't know how far this might pump the price. It might pump up to $110, right? And it might just come crashing down. People are going to take profits. But just keep in mind, it could definitely run a lot further than this. Either way, if the price doesn't really move too much, the fact of the matter is, Quant's been recognized on a grand scale. It's a project that is undervalued dramatically right now. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm definitely going to take more of a position in Quant Network than I have had ever before. So take good care of yourselves, guys. Subscribe if you want more up-to-date news like this. And again, the 2 videos on your screen should hopefully quench your Quant thirst. Take care all.